Queens. Welcome to a very special one-on-one edition of Hey Qween. We have a very special guest here. She's the author of the book, The Life. But she is also one of the biggest porn stars in all of history. But she also has many other careers. She hosts a podcast. She worked on Sirius XM. She's an author. I mean, let's go deeper than the surface, honey. Let's get into it and find out all about Miss Lisa Ann. Hi, honey.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. You look gorgeous, sweetie.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, okay, let's get into it, sweetie. So,
I have a lot of jobs. My friends in New York used to say it's like a Jamaican thing. I'm like a Jamaican. I have a lot of jobs.
Okay.
But it's nice to have variety in your life. And to be doing a lot of things, for me, it always keeps me inspired and fresh. And sometimes when something gets a little bit stale, I find myself losing attention spans. So then I'm just like, ugh. Once I'm bouncing back and forth between fantasy sports and this and that and this, it's exciting.
Yes, I bet it is, especially when this and that and this is all writing books, doing porn, retiring from porn, coming back from it. I mean, okay, now before we get too deep into it, for people that don't know Miss Lisa Ann, in 2013, New York Post reported you were the most popular female porn star, as reported by Pornhub. Ding. And you were Sarah Palin in the viral porn Nailin' Palin.
Who's Nailin' Palin
That
series?
was like a moment.
We shot 6 of those, even though the first one was really the only one that the world knew about. But it's very common in porn that if something works once, they do it a million more times.
Yeah.
Never works any of the other times, though. But we carried the torch. It was a fun project to be a part of.
Wow. And then Eminem also asked you to play Sarah Palin in his music video for We Made You.
Which was a great experience. You know, going from porn sets to actually going onto an actual music video set where there's like hundreds of people working, and there's like the directors there and the editing bays are right there because they really want to churn these things out before the secret gets out about the song or the hook gets out about the song. And so they're editing in special effects as it. I'm like, oh, this is what a real production looks like. It's very interesting. It was neat to watch, and it was also neat to watch Eminem himself be such a part of the concept. He knew what he really wanted for this music video. And him and Joseph Kahn, the director, they really worked well together and they were communicating every step along the way. And I thought, that's really neat. He has an idea of what he's doing. This is a team collaboration. And I was amazed the whole day.
That is fun. So what kind of interaction did you have on the set with Eminem?
We did quite a few different scenes together, and one of them, we were laying in a bed together, and he was playing the role of Rock of Love, who wore the bandana.
Oh, right. God, what's his name? Michael
Hairband guy.
Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels. Thank you, voice from heaven.
He was playing Brett Michaels, and he was talking to the director about exactly what he wanted from the scene. I was doing an interview on this side, and the moment was we rolled over in bed, and he looked at me and goes, hey, I'm Eminem. I said, hey, I'm Lisa. And then we rolled back into our respective interviews and him talking to the director. And, you know, that was really, we clicked. We had to be in this bed scene together. And it was fun. He was really great to be around. And I thank him a lot because after that, I did a lot more work with Sirius and I was on his channel a lot, Shade 45.
Right.
And I started to be in the building more. And I really think that was a great hook for me, a good connection that got me really comfortable with everybody there that landed me the fantasy sports job that I have now.
Right. Let's go to back to your first day on the set. So you've been, since you were 18, laser focused on making that happen. You get what you want. You're waking up that morning. What's going through your head? What's that first day like?
The first day was shot at a really unique castle house that had a moat that went around the house, like something a girl from Pennsylvania had not yet seen, right?
Yeah.
You know, pulling up this long driveway and turning into this garage that has like 6 cars and it's all open with crew and makeup artists are set up. And I remember walking through the house with the director and him giving me this little tour, and I'm just filled with just fascination. And as we got out of the backyard, there was the Hollywood sign.
Wow.
And I mean, it was like I could see how large the letters were. That's how close we were on this cliff. And I really felt like everything I did was meant to be at that moment because I was always inspired by living in California. I always wanted to see Hollywood.
Oh, I bet you did in Pennsylvania, honey.
Yeah, but I didn't necessarily desire to be in Hollywood. I didn't want to go through. I assumed at that age that there was a lot of shady shit that went into getting into regular movies.
Right.
Which now we're kind of finding out there was.
We are finding out there was.
So I thought, realistically, why not, go right to the chase? If I'm going to do shady shit, let's just put it out there and get paid for it and have nobody be able to lie to me.
Yeah.
And so I stuck to that. And I just remember looking back at that Hollywood sign and really being ecstatic. And then also knowing that when I was getting undressed for my scene, there was about 30 people there between the crew and some of the people from the company. I remember thinking, none of these people have seen me naked before. In real life. This is exciting. And I love being watched and I love watching.
Right.
So I get the fantasy starts to come in with me on the levels of knowing that they're watching, then knowing the next level that's going to watch. So I was really enthralled with all of it. And I felt no fear, probably from dancing nude at a BYO bar.
Sure, yeah. Like once you did it for old Fred and Tommy and whoever else was there.
Anything.
With their gang.
So it was just empowering because I remember leaving and by that time, so I was out of the rent-a-wreck and I had already gotten my first car because in my contract back then, they were so good to us. There was car money. There was rent money. I was a little heavy because I was from Pennsylvania. So there was nutritionalist money and personal trainer money.
Wow.
And so I got a little Mustang GT convertible and I remember.
You didn't get a pink, cotton candy Corvette or something?
White. It was white. And I remember taking the top down and driving back down to Huntington that night and thinking, you did this. Like, you got across country. You're out here. You have a contract. Your bills are going to be paid. You're going to be able to go to the beach when you want to. Like, I'm always looking at those small accomplishments as big victories. And that day was a big victory for me.